And welcome back to part 3 of What If Naruto Ate a Devil Fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi edition. Last time, Naruto beat Neji, and he beat him pretty soundly. I did kind of, not, what's the best way to put it? I didn't lower Naruto down. I may have more amped Neji up a little bit, just to make the fight more interesting. Ultimately, though, Naruto would have probably won that fight without a great deal of difficulty, but keep in mind, the Gomu Gomu no Mi giving him a rubber body does not protect him immediately from chakra itself. That being said, someone did bring up about the getting cut by the Kusagari sword. Now, the Kusagari sword, or the grass longsword, is the sword Orochimaru uses, being able to cut hypothetically through anything. Obviously, that's not true for something like adamantine, which Enma can turn into. It can also extend a great deal. Now, I'm going to double check this real quick, but grass longsword. I don't believe the grass longsword. Someone asked this question, that the grass longsword carried a poison with it, and I don't believe that's the case. But I could very well be wrong about that. I vaguely do remember something about poison, but let's see here now. Story extends. Command cut through anything transform. It's noted by Orochimaru that it could not pierce Naruto's four-tailed cloak, so it has been transformed into small pieces. Result, opens his mouth. No, there's nothing about poison dealing with the grass longsword. I didn't think there was either, but I vaguely did, because Orochimaru does deal with poison quite a bit, being a snake. So it would make sense where you might at least believe there was poison to that. And I had to question that for a second, but no, he does not have poison with his blade. Anyway, we did catch up after, because we went through all of the Chunin exams. Nothing changed about Naruto having his the Gomu Gomu no Mi. What would change really is that interaction with Gaara and beyond. So obviously Sakura and Sasuke are there. Sasuke is near, not death's door, but he's on his kind of like his last foot here. And Sakura and Naruto and Paku get there in time. Naruto clocks Gaara in the face. Boom! Gaara's looking at Naruto Uzumaki. So we've got to get you out of here. No, get out of here. It's going to kill you. Sasuke, I got this. Trust me. Naruto, and you guys got to get out of here. No, you're not going anywhere. Snail Sakura to the tree. It's like, Sakura! And Naruto's like, you? And he's like, he tries to get him out of there. Just boom, boom. Can't punch through it. Now show me what it means to be alive, Naruto Uzumaki! It just throws the wind gusts at him. Ooh, I'm suddenly very warm. Not that I'm feverish or anything, just it's warm in here for whatever reason. I'm actually going to open a door real quick. Give me 1 second. With the cold weather, I think we need to turn the heat up just a little bit, but I need some sort of cross breeze in here right now. Oh, that's a little nicer. Okay. Let's start, because I'm like, not getting lightheaded, but I'm just getting that kind of hot where you're like, oh God, okay, give me a moment to collect myself kind of hot. Like that, you're very active, kind of burning energy hot, so you just need to cool down for a minute. Oh, that's nicer. Okay. So Naruto, gets blasted back by the wind, but his rubber body takes the hit, and he just kind of rebounds off, rushes into Gaara again, just starts landing shots into Gaara as hard as he can, but unfortunately, Gaara's body would be too durable at this point, even for the Gomu Gomu no Mi. Naruto doesn't have, let's call it, hockey at the moment. He can't strengthen his punches with chakra yet. He hasn't learned that ability. So unfortunately, his hits are only hitting so hard at the moment, and right now, it's not enough. Conversely, though, Gaara does not have an effective way of taking Naruto down at this moment. Even using like Sand Coffin and Sand Burial wouldn't really hurt Naruto that much. The wind is a bit of an outlier kind of factor, because wind also has slicing, has cutting nature in Naruto, so it's very possible that could do something to Naruto. But it's just, unless he's using a specific attack, it's unlikely. So it's a little bit of a stalemate at the moment. But ultimately, Naruto looks at Gaara and just seeing, he's like, this guy's just like me. And it's like, I could have turned out this way too. And then Sasuke comes in. Go, Naruto. Get Sakura out of here. Between us, you have the better chance. But Sasuke, what about you? If it ends here, this just means this is as far as I will go. Was meant to go. I would not allow my comrades to be killed. That's my promise. And Naruto thinks about it, and Sasuke, you've done enough. It's my turn. Does the chakra, rushes in, does clones. Let's go! And, Gaara takes the clones out. 1,000 years of death! Oh, great, an enema. Boom! And unlike before, where it's like Naruto takes a big hit, boom! It's like boom! Boom! And then Naruto once again comes back, makes clones. They all kind of do the rubber band thing, just everywhere. Shuriken comes in, just landing the multiple blows on Gaara. He's very far into Gear Second right now. So he's burning the candle almost at both ends right now, and he's been in Gear Second for a while. So he is reaching his limit fast. But he just rams into Gaara. It's over! Oh, damn. No way. There's no way I'm going to lose to a guy like him. And then just bursts into Shikaku. And obviously, he starts to get caught in the sand. I can't move. And obviously, summoning jutsu. This is going to be a piece of cake. What am I doing here, brat? Shikaku the Sand Spirit. I see. Come on, Chief Toe, what do you say? You gonna help me? Take a hike. What? Why should I bother messing around with a guy like him? You really are interesting, Naruto Uzumaki. Air bullet! Wind! Liquid bullet! Slices the arm off, obviously. And obviously Shikaku comes out. I'm finally free! Let's do this! Shikaku coming out. And so they're clashing. I didn't summon something with teeth and claws! And Naruto, teeth and claws, turns him into the Nine Tails. But it's not enough, as we know. He was barely able to hold on. And Cigar grabs and finally Naruto's like, I gotta get to him! Damn it! I'm like, I gotta try it! Just work. And Naruto says that, I was like, try what? It only worked once during training and I kind of passed out, but here we go! Gear Third! Boom! The giant fist comes in, and Gaara and Bunta's like, whoa, because the fist is huge when Luffy makes it. It's almost the size of Bunta's head. And he was like, and Gaara can't stop it with all that sand. He actually has to drop Naruto, but then just get as much sand as he gets, and it still manages to. Imagine Gaara just and then just this giant thing. Here's Gaara just and he literally punches him right out of the Shikaku skull. And the Shikaku starts to faint. It's like, well, how about that? Not bad, kid. Not bad at all. Poof, pumps out. Naruto lands on a tree, but now his whole body is starting to shrivel up because one of the byproducts of that technique initially was Luffy took a younger form. He looked like a little kid. So that would be a problem. Now, I could even see that being what happened the first time he did it. And he passed out and he woke up kind of like a kid. Now I know it does not last forever, and with Naruto plus Kurama, and let's just say Uzumaki, stamina and vitality to him, we could say it lasts maybe a day or two at most. Still, he just kind of he sees Naruto kind of shriveling up, turning into little kids, and because of that, he sees Naruto as a kid. He sees a reflection of himself, and that just makes him hesitate. Ew. And Naruto just, even as a kid, still got that look of fire. Just, and they just clash. Luckily, Naruto isn't going to go down from a shot to the face because he's still got the Gomu Gomu no Mi active. And so Naruto kind of still pops down. While he's not physically hurt to the point he should be like he is in the original year, because his body could take a huge brunt of that, he's still hurt. He's still not in amazing shape, and he's exhausted. If no other reason he can't move if he can't move, it's for no other reason than he is wiped out. And just, it's like, no, stay away. Why? I won't cease to exist. I won't. And Naruto obviously gets this whole speech. It's almost unbearable, isn't it? The loneliness, the pain of accepting you. I've been there. I know what that is like. And I think this speech is even more poignant because Naruto right now looks like a kid. Because he's seeing Gaara's just like Naruto saw a reflection of himself. Gaara's seeing the reflection of his youth in Naruto, but in a different view, in a different light. He's seeing it, seeing it reflected back at him and what could have been. And so all Naruto's words still hit him like a ton of bricks. It's like, and obviously Kankuro and Temari show up. Sasuke shows up. It's over. Sokka's okay. Oh, that's so early. It's like, wait, why do you look like this? He's about to pass out. He's like, wouldn't you like to know, duck butt? He just passes out. And so they get out of there. The third is dead. Time passes. We know a decent amount, enough time passes that Naruto, while he woke up, probably it was like a kid for a day. It probably didn't have any like long-lasting like consequences on Naruto, apart from like looking like a kid. Naruto's like, I really got to work on that. And maybe like everyone else kind of saw Naruto just like, what, Naruto? Hey, you're a little kid. How's that work? It's like, seriously, what the heck? And Naruto just like tries to explain. It's a technique. I'll grow back up in a little bit. And meanwhile, Hinagi's just like, oh, I forgot how cute Naruto was as a little kid. So everyone's kind of making fun of him, but not Sasuke's not. He knows for a fact that he's the one who beat Shikaku Gaara. Like, when we talk about scaling, it's weird. Naruto technically doesn't scale at that point to Shikaku as a whole. Even with using some of Kurama's chakra, I don't think he would have been able to just outright beat Gaara. But because of everything he had under his arsenal, the Nine-Tails chakra, Gamabunta being an ace in the hole, seriously, the Shadow Clone Jutsu, he was, and he was clever enough to use trickery and strategy. He was, if we're talking about like adding strategy into the mix, he could scale him to that at that point, that Shikaku or Gaara, well, definitely Gaara, but Shikaku, just because he was able to defeat Shikaku in a certain capacity, because he was able to wake up Gaara. If he hadn't been able to wake up Gaara, it's actually a very good question whether or not he could actually have beaten Shikaku after that. Yes, they took an arm off, but he probably would have just regrown the arm because it's just made of sand. In terms of chakra, that's debatable whether or not, even with the amount of chakra the Nine-Tails could give him, that he would have been able to beat Shikaku. But through strategy and tactics, he beat Shikaku. And that's impressive to say the least. Meanwhile, obviously, Jiraiya finds Naruto. Says, "Hey, I'll teach you a real cool technique if you help me find my busty teammate." Not so many words, but just say, "I'll teach you a cool technique," and so they go off. And a majority of the Tsunade retrieval arc would probably go about the same. Because having the Gomu Gomu no Mi really it wouldn't matter much when Itachi and Kasame come knocking on the door. Naruto might try to use gear second, but if he does, he might get batted away immediately by Samahade, and it does hurt him. It's not something that his Gomu Gomu no Mi would be able to stop. So apart from maybe getting mildly injured, nothing would change there. Because again, he just doesn't have the ability to take them on. His training with the Rasengan, the Gomu Gomu no Mi really doesn't give him much of a leeway here. Like, it doesn't do much, unfortunately. So Rasengan training would sadly go about the same. The only thing I can think of that the Gomu Gomu no Mi could help is actually in the training Rasengan is actually helping him with the final stage, because his body can stretch and basically make something to contain the chakra and compress it and give it form. He can actually theoretically stretch his hands in a way, just maybe just elongate his fingers the best he can to actually completely encase the Rasengan in one hand, so he doesn't actually need the other hand here. I think that could happen. In fact, I think that's very realistic that it's possible he could do that. And so that's something I think during the time Tsunade gives him the Perfector Rasengan that he figures out. However, what does change up a bit is his fight with Tsunade. Now, they still have that same interaction. Tsunade's acting miserable. She insults the Kage. Naruto challenges her to a fight. She says, "One finger's all I'm going to need." And Naruto's just like, yeah, good luck. And then and she just flips his head. But the minute she flips his head, she just goes, what? As he just holds the ground, boom, just actually comes back and just boom, hits her hits her back, and she's what the hell? And it just comes in and just starts boing boing, and she just boing boing boing. And so you're gonna have to do better than that, Granny. And she realizes it's like he's made of rubber or something. What the hell? Still, it's not like I can't take him. And she just poof, cracks the ground, makes him kind of lose his footing, but it's not enough. He kind of like spins around a little bit. Uzumaki Whirlpool, which is a bad version of the Uzumaki Whirlpool I'm using, but still and she just kind of boing, 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 boing. She, unfortunately, as tough as Naruto's body is, and it gives him a leeway in this fight because she can't really use brute force against him to make him submit. Once again, even if he were to use Gear Third, which he's not going to in this setting, even if he was, she completely outclasses him in strength. Like Gear Third right now is a very mild is a very situational ace in the hole that he can barely still use, and causes her to a younger form briefly. And honestly, the amount of strength that he has is great, but she pretty much has that strength without trying. It's all about chakra for her. And so she doesn't have to inflate herself or give herself any sort of limitation. So, yeah, no, she's got the complete edge of physicality when it comes to strength. Durability and endurance-wise, though, well, durability at least, he's got the edge here. Like, he can just outlast blunt force trauma. Granted, again, strong enough blunt force trauma will hurt. And she is certainly on that level of being able to dish out enough power for him to actually feel it. So when she actually hits him, even though he rebounds his head back, he actually goes, oh, holy crap, I felt that one actually hurt. Oh, it's like, I can't take her lightly. And so he immediately goes into like Gear Third. He's fast. I give you credit, kid. You are fast. And she's actually blocking all of them. He's like, what the hell? She's faster than Lee. Neji, she's faster than Lee. What the? Like, yeah, sorry. Why are you so touchy about Hokages? Because someday I admire the Hokage. Someday I'm going to be Hokage. That's my dream. And she just like, and he comes in, tries the Rasengan. She stops him, and it pretty much goes about the same. Although I think here they kind of Jiraiya even calls it a bit of a draw. It's like, what do you mean calling a draw? Let's be honest, kid. You were able to hit him. You felt what it was like to hit him. You weren't going to be able to do any lasting damage to him or put him down for good unless you used at least more than one finger, and that would have mean you lost. So it was a stalemate either way. And she's just like, and obviously he says, I'll get that jutsu down in 3 days. I'll give you a week, and I'll even throw in my necklace. Otherwise, I get to keep what's in Froggy. Which, by the way, what is up with women? Sorry, that was sexist. What is up with these older people and stealing young kids' money? Like, seriously? At least I think if I remember correctly, I think she was saying, I'm going to keep what's in Froggy here. I know Jiraiya used up his money. I know that. But I don't know if Tsunade did that, because that would actually not make sense for her to be, I can't remember. When I get to that point in the series again, I'll have to remember what was going on. Or watch what was going on again. Point being, Naruto trains Rasengan, figures out how to do it. Tsunade's probably not aware of this. Jiraiya threatens her. She Mickeys him. They're fighting Orochimaru. And then Naruto and Jiraiya show up on the battlefield to help her out. And unfortunately, using the summoning jutsu, he summons Gamatatsu, just like he does before. Orochimaru summons the snakes. However, this time, Naruto is basically just ready to says, screw you, and does basically the Gear Third on instinct, and just Kabuto's like, that's right, I heard he used this technique to help fight the Shikaku. Impressive indeed. However, it seems to take a toll on him, and Naruto's already starting to revert, so he just turn younger. So he just turns Gear 3 off as quick as possible. He's only a little bit younger, so it's like, great. That's not good. And so another snake comes in, tries to swallow him. He bursts out with a Rasengan, no one knowing it's the Rasengan he used to burst out of there. Should note that he does try to attack Kabuto here. Kabuto does blind him. And because he's using ninja scalpels, I think he is able to bypass the defensive capabilities of the Gomu Gomu no Mi. And so, granted, with the normal Naruto, I think he still just kicks him out of the way. Mind you, his rubber body takes a brunt of that damage, but it's more just to get him out of the way than to hurt him. And so Naruto, comes in to aid Shizune, and he gets punched in the head. And he just says like, sorry, not sorry, and he's back into gear second, even though he's in a younger form right now. It's like, ugh. And if you want to get through, you have to go through in me. It's like, and Kabuto tries to sway him. Come on, Naruto. If you die, there's no reason to put your life on the line. If you die here, you'll never be able to become Hokage. So why don't you just let it go and let me deal with this, and you can go back to having your dreams. And no way. And so Naruto just rushes in, and Kabuto mainly is taken a little aback by the sheer. He's seen how fast Naruto is, but experiencing how fast Naruto isn't quite the same thing. And Kabuto's like, you just throw it all away. And he just, Naruto is able to get a couple shots in, but Kabuto immediately just take one of his arms. It's like, dreams can't come true if you're dead. And he just kind of kicks him back again. Naruto's like, barely able to stand up. Not barely, but having trouble standing up because chakra scalpels are bypassing the Gomu Gomu no Mi. So he just comes in, just creates the Rasengan. And it's like, how can you? And Naruto comes in, just grabs the kunai. His body, obviously being rubber, isn't able to stop a blade. I'm not going to die until I become Hokage. And just Gomu Gomu Rasengan! Boom! And just stretches his arm. And not only does he dig it in, he winds up and just boom. So he digs it in, and it keeps going. So it keeps like digging into Kabuto. So I think even though Kabuto survived, it's a much harder hit for him to recover from. And so, even though he still lands a shot on Naruto, Naruto's rubber body allows him to take at least a certain more amount of damage than his normal body would be able to take. So he still collapses on the ground. He's in a better state. It's easier for Tsunade to save him, and then the rest of the three-way deadlock scenario goes the same. Naruto is recovered. Tsunade becomes the fifth Hokage. Sasuke gets brought back to life. Gets woken up. And it would end with Sasuke wanting to challenge Naruto. That, I think, is where we're going to leave part 3. Now, we're starting to see where the changes are with the Gomu Gomu no Mi are starting to creep up. Naruto is slowly having easier time learning the gear third. He's able to take on heavier duty farces a little bit more easily now. But again, because this ability is mostly a physical ability with not a lot of nuance until you get to gear 4 or 5, especially 5, it's difficult to really do a lot of changes with the series up until you get to scenarios where he would have been like killed or taken a lot of damage. For example, the Valley of the End, that fight, him and Sasuke, that one's gonna probably go a little different. I'm not saying Sasuke still doesn't win, but it's gonna be a lot more difficult. Certainly will be. Until then, though, until we get to that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks for the next one.